Ladies and gentlemen, adjust your headphones.
Come on in and shut the front door. You're welcome to the You Should Know Better.
Is his first time doing it, innit?
It's my first time. The You Should Know Better podcast. Do you know what? I don't even know what was going through my head at that point. I think I was trying to work out what episode we were on. Not season,
6-4,
but I know
6-4, man.
it is season series. I don't know. One day I'm gonna get that right. One day. But what I do know is episode 4, and we're back with another one. AKA, how you doing? How you doing, sir?
I'm blessed, man. Obviously, this past weekend had these angry white women shouting at me, but apart from that,
he's so specific. Angry white.
Everyone gives them the K moniker in it, but I'm just saying
Karens.
I'm not calling her a Karen, but she had all the
Karen energy
of the Karens, all the characteristics of a Karen. So,
well, it sounds like she had Karen energy. I just had a look at obviously the clip you put up.
Yeah, no,
that was giving me mad Karen energy. Like you were the manager. She was looking for you. To talk rubbish to you.
She wasn't happy, cuz. She wasn't happy. So yeah, I got a bit of a talking to.
Hey, look, they're out there. You handled it well. I mean, that's what you can do. And they sent her packing anyway. That's what I would say. If you guys haven't seen it, when you check this episode, head on to AKA's page or head on to the You Should Know Better page. Might stick it up there.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
With the pod,
she should have known better. That's for sure. She should have known better.
Yeah, she should have known. She came with the aggro. She came with the aggression. And it didn't make no sense. You're there to enjoy a comedy show, but you're there now trying to fight the person who's entertaining
the entertainment.
Come out here, man. Come out here. Anyway, we're going to jump back with a You Should Know Better story. It's not guest episode this week. We've got another story. To be fair, it's a secondary story, right? It's the story that I was told years ago by my uncle who recently moved to the UK at this point. Right?
Well, did you support the application? How did you move?
What application? That's application. What application? Ain't no application, boy. Catch me if you can. It's time. Application where?
He's rolling dirty, yeah.
Right, I feel that. So when will you be returning? To TBC. Return flight was not booked.
What? You're gonna bring up your uncle and he's riding dirty, cause you're different. You're different.
Nah, it's calm. No,
This guy could be eating his banku somewhere. They'll just come and take him.
It reminds me of when I went to see England play Ghana. Yeah. But the Guardian fans, they went. I can't remember who scored for us, innit? But we celebrating it. Then when the game finished, all the Guardian fans took off their Guardian top, put England top. They knew immigration was outside, waiting for them. They didn't want to get no smoke. They said, "Yeah, me, mate. Yeah, I'm from England. Yeah." It was
man,
it was immigration. They had a field day that day, boy. Day. That's why they tried to do their Wembley games. They're like, "Oh, Zimbabwe versus England and Nigeria," but they're trying to trick a couple men.
Yeah, trust me. They don't bring the drug dogs them games. They literally bring immigration. They just go to the Home Office. Man, you need extra shift.
Got Pretty Patel. She's at the box. You think she does to watch the game?
Imagine you normally work in fucking Whitehall. They say your shift is at Wembley Stadium. You're thinking, what?
What am I doing there? What am I doing over there? They don't send you for the England versus Italy.
Yeah, Trust me.
That's the Home Office. We see you. But yeah, no, it's a story. My uncle, he recently moved to the UK at this point, right? And it was around Christmas, yeah. So it was probably a decade and a bit ago. It was around Christmas. So he's doing a bit of Christmas shopping, light stuff in it, you know, because I don't really do Christmas like that in it. But he's like, get a couple of things in it. Elephant and Castle, you know, they've got a market there, innit?
No doubt.
Do you remember they had that?
Cool. Yeah, so they got a little pink elephant and all that.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of. It's just like a market. It's like the East End of stall markets. Do you know what I mean? For those who may not know. So he was out there. He was just doing a bit of shopping, food shopping, and also just trying to grab 1-2 stuff for people in the family and stuff like that. So he's around there, and one guy comes up to him and he's like, "Listen, I've got a few things to sell because I'm just trying to get rid of this stuff during Christmas to get money and use that money to buy my kids stuff that they want, right? So I'm just trying to get rid of a few things in my house. Okay, you may be interested. Do you want to come and have a look?" And blah blah blah. So my uncle's like, "Yeah, listen, if there's a deal to be had, let me go out and seek this deal, innit?"
You can't get electronics in the market, man. That is
this is the thing, right? So he's at the stall, innit? Whatever. The guy's talking to him, cool. And this guy's not. So there's a stall, but this guy's like independent, innit? He's not. He's just like trying to get quick cash in it. So it's cool.
Okay.
So he goes there. He's showing him a few things. He's like, a phone? Nah, I don't need a phone. I already got a phone. He's like, oh, here's like a voice recorder. No, I don't need that, blah, blah, blah. And it's a laptop, right? And he's like, oh, okay.
Mr. Electronics. He's a hustler kid, bro.
He's got all the electronics. You know the ones that you don't even ask where they come from.
Curries, no curries, fam.
You still got a security tag on the box. He said, where did you get this? Where did you get this from? So he's like, oh, okay, let me see the laptop. It's a used laptop. The guy's like, yeah, it's mine, innit? But I kind of don't need it anymore. I don't want it. Do you know what I mean? Are you interested? And my uncle's like, oh, okay, well, like, how much though, innit? And I think, I don't know, let's just say, for example, he says like $250 or something. Yeah. My uncle's like, nah, that's too much. I'm not gonna pay that. He's like, listen, it's a good deal. I don't think you're gonna get a laptop with these specs and stuff. And my uncle doesn't really know about laptops and that in it. Do you know what I mean? But he's like, okay, you don't really look it like it looks nice. So it must be good. You don't even get a RAM. You don't even know the storage or nothing. You don't even know what operating system is on there, bro. He's just like, yeah, let me just. It looks nice. It loads up. I'll be interested. I think it was a Sony VAIO. One of them. You know, the ones there.
Throwback. Yeah, that was my first uni laptop. Still throwback.
They don't make it. Do they still make them?
No. I think they ducked out that game.
Wow. Game. Yeah, I've not seen Sony laptop in years.
Trust.
What does Sony even make nowadays? Except for movies.
Boy, there must be the movie music business. I don't even know, ain't it?
Yeah, it must be just movie and music.
What have I got done to? I've got Sony. I've got Sony Bravia. I've got Sony TV. I lied, fam.
Do they still make them?
Yeah.
I had one in 08.
I've got 08. Jeez, I got.
Bruv, I had listen. At home, this is another story I should know, but maybe it's just a quick one, isn't it? Yeah. When I was going to uni, my first day of uni, yeah. I packed up my Polo, I put everything in my car, right?
Yeah.
Stacked it up, clothes, blah, 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 everything. Dashed it in the car. I got to uni, set it all up, open. My TV was like a 32 inch as well. This was uni time, bro. It was just peas. I put it up, I turned it on, the screen's cracked.
Yo.
I was...
You didn't put it in a box, you didn't put no bubble
wrap. I squeezed it in. Obviously the Polo. There's space in it. To be fair, I went over one pothole, boy. I didn't even pay no mind to it. Not knowing the whole TV was crap. Yeah, so that's the time I should have known better. But
no, yeah, finish your story because the talk of the uni. It just reminds me where we went to. Obviously, I'm not going to make his name up, but we went to sixth form with him. We went to his uni to party. They went to. He obviously got his crib unfurnished, didn't it? So when we went to his room, he saw his bed from yard at the uni common.
It was self-furnishing.
Bro, I've never brought his bed from yard to
I didn't actually know you could do that. You must have rented a van because how do you fit the whole bed? This is a clearing, yeah. Clearing in those situations.
I swear it was like half a bunk bed, fam. I swear it was half a bunk bed. So he took his
I don't know where the rest. I don't know where the rest was. I don't know how you got the mattress in.
But yeah, no,
But,
tell your story.
Yeah, but anyway, so he's like, it's a bit pricey. Let me do a bit more shopping, innit?
Yeah.
And then I'll come back and maybe, do you know what I mean? Like, we can talk again. So the guy's like, cool, I'm around, innit? Like, he's there, he's doing Hustler Kid, everything. So he was like, cool, I kind of do need laptops. He was like, all right. So he went into Curry's or PC World or whatever, at Dixon's or whatever, yeah. And he's like flicking through and he's like, right, these are expensive. Like, these one, again, he's not looking at hard drive disk space. He's just like,
price and aesthetic.
Price and what does it look like? Hit it. So he's trying to find one that's similar to the one the guy's got. Obviously can't find, but he's like, right, okay, these are like 4 bills, 5 bills, whatever. So he's like, I'm not sure, innit? I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy one of these fresh ones, innit? Let me go and talk back to this guy. So he goes back to the guy. The guy's like, look, are you interested? Because a couple of guys are telling me they may want it. Do you know what I mean? Do you want the laptop in it? I'm going to be going soon, innit? And he's like, do you know what? Let me finish up. Let me wrap up all my shopping. Let me grab all my little bits, yeah. And then I'll see what I've got left. And I might just grab this, innit? It may make the most sense in it. So the guy's like, all right, cool. Do your thing, innit? Do your thing. So he goes around. He's doing his thing. And he's like, do you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna grab the laptop and I'm gonna buy the laptop. So cool. So he goes to the guy, yeah. And he's like, all right, cool. I want to buy the laptop. And the guy's like, okay, cool. So he shows him the laptop, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to need the amount in it. He's like, okay, cool. There's a cash point there. Go get the cash out in it. He's like, yeah, cool. So he comes back and it's in a laptop bag, by the way, in it. It's in a laptop bag. Cool. So he's like, so he showed it, put it back in the laptop bag. Michael comes back with the cash. He's like, here you go, and here's the laptop. And I've got to go though, because X, Y, and Z in it. But there's a laptop. If anything, call me in it. Like, if there's any problem, call my now. Okay, cool. So he he's got his laptop, yeah. He jumps on his 53 and headed back to Woolwich. He goes, let me just have a... He goes, let me just have a look at the laptop, see everything, make sure everything's in order. Make sure, like, he opens the laptop, bag of potatoes.
Oh, that's the book, man.
He opens the laptop, yeah.
Like, sweet potatoes. Let me know.
It was regular Aldi smart value potatoes, 199 potatoes. And I think the way the guy packed it, he's obviously a professional because the way he packed it, yeah, it had the same amount of weight as what he was telling me. It weighed the same and everything, and whatever. And he packed it so it was so close in there that you couldn't hear. There was none of that in it.
Rotted.
So he obviously just switched. He switched the bag, gave it to him. Ducked out. Obviously, called the number. It was RSPC helpline or something like that.
That number's called straight to Afghanistan or some random country, bro. He'll call you.
Obviously, he's on the bus, in it. So he opened it, he was like, oh! Opened it. And everyone's looking back like, wow, what's going on? And obviously, he's realized I have just been duped.
Yeah, he got absolutely
250 or whatever it is. And where do you start?
No.
Where do you start? You can't even go back because you know the guy's gone at that point. You know the guy's gone in it. The most you can do is go back and say, have you seen that? Have you seen that fool?
No, because obviously, the way you said man jumped on the 53 bus, I know. That 250 put together was a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of money. He wanted a good laptop so he could enjoy himself. Obviously, I know he didn't know about the memory. He said he didn't know about the Intel processor. He didn't know anything about that. Just
no clue.
And the price. So the thing that just had Minesweep and Paint.
Windows 95, you don't know. You just know the thing looks nice. That's what
I know he worked hard for that money. So for him to be on that bus.
Right, it's peas as well. It's peas.
It's big money.
It's money. It's money because he's not doing, a mad job and that.
Yeah,
it's a standard whatever job.
Yeah, working class. Isn't it? So.
Yeah. And what Christmas time? Christmas. Somebody's had. I know the guy was in the pub. Was like, yeah, and then I switched the bag and he took it. Drinks on me, lads.
Oh, so what did he do? What did he do with the potatoes? Did he boil them? Did he fry them?
Threw them into the. I think he left them on the bus.
I'll have to make a bill or something. You have to use the potatoes somehow. You have to.
No, you can't, bro. You can't. You just the pain that you feel from cooking the potatoes is too much. It's too much. It's too much.
No, you can't. You can't be doing electronics in the market, man. That is rule number one.
No, yeah, and number one, I think because the guy looked like he had legit equipment. Obviously, the laptop was legit, right?
Yeah.
So he's seeing it, and he's come over. He's not used, but everything's hot, haggle here, haggle.
Yeah. So it's normal. That's normal.
You get the cabman. You're arguing with the cabman about how much the price is. Half an hour, you're even late for your destination.
I remember GH, man. Like, you literally go to a coach station, you pay for a ticket, you saw the coach, and you're freaking raw. Like, when you leave it, he said, "Well, it's full." I said, "So you have no timetable, no schedule, no."
Go where they want, bro. Go where they want.
So it's all about haggling, man. All about haggling.
Yeah. So obviously, he's never ever since then. He's never bought. Even when he goes to Curry's, he even opens it and make sure he has a look inside to make sure this thing got yam in it or something.
He must not trust no one. He must be.
How can you, bro? How can you?
Yeah, he must be moving. He must be checking everything.
He's the same uncle that when he landed at the cash machine thing.
Yeah,
there's another story. I'll probably tell it another day. But yeah, he's the same uncle who had the issue with the cash machine. Just wilding out.
Oh man, just hope that the Home Office don't get to him. Boy, this guy's he's had a terrible time already. For that one story, they should let him stay.
Yeah, actually, please, Pretty Patel, can you?
Why are you write? You should write application for him, bro. Why are you?
Right, what should we send me back, girl? Should we send me to Rwanda as well? Bad. Send him me. You want to pipe up, do you? Right, sorry. No. I like it here, boy. I like it here, boy. I like it here.
Oh my goodness, so. Let's move on into the main segment of the pod. This is the You Know Better segment. This is where we look at a prominent news story in the news, consider it from the antagonist's shoes, and ask ourselves, should they have known better? So, Margaret Thatcher, the former Prime Minister, now deceased. Some people are very happy about that. You put that on Twitter, people retweet it. But she was raised in Grantham, which is a town in Lincolnshire. And the town of Grantham spent, over £300,000 raising a statue on the past weekend, which was egged on the first, within 2 hours of it being announced. And the person that egged it was later identified as Jeremy Webster, who is a deputy director of the University of Leicester's Attenborough Arts Centre. The Arts Centre came out and saying that they have a long-standing history of supporting art, fostering creativity, but it doesn't condone any form of defacement, and it takes acts of defacement very, very seriously. So, Junior, I'm going to put you in the shoes of Jeremy Webster. You have an affiliation with Leicester Uni after you spent, 4 years there?
4 years.
4 years dusting rocks, doing archaeology.
Was it?
So
no, it was 3 years. 3 years.
3 years archaeology.
I did 1 year abroad.
1 year archaeology abroad. So now let's.
I don't know what history is in Canada anyway, but yeah.
So then we're gonna put you in Mr. Webster's shoes, and yeah, why are you egging? You're a big man. Why are you egging statues?
Well, listen, I think I speak for most of the country when I say that woman, that PM, right? The first woman PM this country ever had, caused heartache for millions up and down and the length and breadth of the country. Okay? So she's always going to be a target. They knew when they erected this thing. Look at Colton. We didn't even know who he was. We put him to the river. I only found out about that day. We put him to the river. How much more this woman, who we despise, especially in the north, okay, north of the country, in the coal mines, you know, the people where they make coal. Coal's a very profitable business. We like coal. Okay.
Coal.
It's the future. Anyway, people up and down, we don't have time for this woman. And the fact that this government or the local council spent 300k. 300k. Do you know what that'll buy you? Do you know what that'll buy you in London? Yeah. That'll top up your gas and electricity for a month, okay? And they're going to spend all of that on a statue. It beggars belief. They should be helping the poor. They could have used that money, okay, to help out with food banks. They could have given it to Marcus Rashford. You could have done another a Google ad or whatever. Google. If you don't know, ask or whatever he said. I can't remember. They could have used that money in a more reasonable. But that doesn't
explain why you egged it. If you're gonna complain,
me, Jeremy Webster. I'm a man of the people.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. So I knew as soon as that was going up, there was a Facebook chat group.
Yeah.
We all said, "Who's gonna do it?" Me, Jeremy Webster. I put my hand up and I said, "I'm going there." So I drove down there. I drove down there and I egged the ting, bro. I mean, it made sense. The thing is, the worst thing is they wanted to host it in London. They wanted to put the statue in London. Let me tell you something. That van won't even make it past the North Circular. Okay.
Why? You defaced it.
Greenpeace would have got to it by then. Extension Rebellion or whatever you call them. They would have got the statue before it made it then.
Is it DIY? Is it loft extension, bro? That's an Extension Rebellion.
That's what you call it. And then the anarchists would have got them. Probably the woolly jutes and the Ferrier, all of them, man. The Moscow 70, they would have got to that thing before it landed. So believe me. Do
you think Moscow 17 even know who Thatcher is?
Nah, they don't. But if you get them annoyed enough, they'll I don't know. If you tell them the ops are in that van, they'll finish it. So that's what you really need to. That's what you really need to do. But yeah, it was something that needed to be done. You know, and I guarantee you, I won't be the last.
You won't be the last.
I won't be the last.
It's crazy. They, as well as the 13 of 300,000 it cost. They plan to spend over 100 grand on the ceremony itself.
Yeah.
Wait, where's all this money coming from?
I don't even know where that money goes, because it's not like it's a pageant or some TV or something like that. You get 100k to spend on a ceremony. 100k. Well, how much is security? They don't even get security because people are egging it. So what's going on? I don't understand. I actually don't understand. I actually thought they erected it in Leicester.
Oh, no. This guy, either must live in the area or, you know, he said, nah, this is personal. This is personal. And I speak to, like, at my workplace, there's admin staff and they're in their, like, 50s, 60s. And I speak to them, and I was speaking to them one time. I was like, yeah, like, what's the deal with Thatcher? Everyone seems to hate her. She's like, she was horrible. Couldn't stand the woman. She took away the milk. She took away this.
Oh yeah, for kids, innit? She took away the milk. Yeah, milk for the kids.
It was hot. Like they are adamant. Like there's no love for this lady. Like
it's funny though, because it's completely different in the city. Because obviously she deregulated a lot of the financial industry.
So people made big money.
Yeah, big boom. It's happening in the States, and the State Street when Reagan was there, and then she also had her own. Reaganomics or whatever. She also had her own
Reaganomics,
not Fuganomics. Word life.
the time is now, you know.
Yeah, Reaganomics. Yeah, so yeah, it made a lot of people wealthy in the city. But obviously, they took the money out of the people in Wales. That's what Wales is staunchly Labour.
Yeah. Like there's a guy that I work with. He said like if you're a Welsh Tory, you need your head examined. Like he said like the two things. It's an oxymoron. Like it doesn't.
Yeah, it's peak there in places like Liverpool as well, because obviously booing the national anthem.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I think a lot of people can understand why. So it's those parts of the country. I think the local elections anyway. I don't think Tories even have one council. I actually don't think they have a council left in Wales. I may be wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they don't have a council left. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they don't have anything.
They got Tory MPs though. Welsh Tory MPs. Though.
Yeah, but I think that was more to do with Brexit, innit? Because Boris gave them a stonking majority, and that's what they wanted. So
2024 can't come fast enough. But no, it just shows, man, the feeling towards Thatcher is that she's very divisive. There are people who, as you say, will rightly laud her, but there's people who can't stand the thought of the woman. So
it's politics, isn't it? It's politics 101. But Mike, I've got a story for you.
Hit me.
The cost of living crisis. I'm pretty sure you may have stumbled across this story, but Minister Rachel McLean says people could take up more hours at work or move to a better paid job, to protect themselves from the cost of living surge. Mental, I know. I can see the expression on your face, and I can see our listeners' expression as well. So Downing Street have tried to defend her after opposition parties sparked criticism against the comics. Mrs. McLean said that every minister was looking at the issue as consumers face short-term pressures such as high energy and food bills. And she added that more help was coming. Now, this sounds like something similar that Boris Johnson was saying, where he said more help was coming as well. But in the Treasury, they have failed to make any emergency budget for the cost of living. So people will rightly say these ministers are out of touch. Wasn't it Boris Johnson a couple of weeks ago who said that old woman who was on the bus? Yeah, said the old woman was on the bus.
He provided the bus pass.
He said this. I give her the bus pass, so she should be grateful. These are the people we're dealing with. There was another minister who said that people should buy value brand products in the supermarket, as if himself he buys the same value products. So there seems to be this big disconnect between people in government and the rest of the country. So I'm probably going to put you in the shoes of Miss Rachel McLean. How do you go about defending these comments?
I don't think there's anything really to defend. I think, we live in a capitalist country. We're not communist. I think the people of Britain wouldn't want to be communist. We see what's going on in Russia right now. They have no voice unless you want to be living under Kim Jong-un, which, you want to be living in a communist society. So I think we live in a capitalist, democratic state. And I think that, we have a system where you can work more than one job. We're not socialist, where you can have one job. And, if you're not making enough to meet your needs, then there are more than one jobs that you can go and obtain.
Well, some people would say, firstly, the cost of living is soaring high in this country, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think North Korea. I don't know what they eat, but I don't think it's costing the same amount as it's costing here. So there might even be an argument that you can go and get cabbage from North Korea. That it's probably cheaper there than it is here, which is a problem for your government, okay? Because you're not helping our people.
No, but I think we organised with councils to give a rebate. I'm sure you're a constituent of a South East London borough. I'm sure you got your rebate back.
Brother, that thing went straight back into the council tax. Don't try it. I saw it coming. It went straight out the next day.
Look. Obviously, if you don't financially plan, then you may not reach the full benefits of that council tax rebate. But there was a rebate. We instructed our councils to do so accordingly.
But it's not enough. It's not. A lot of people say it's not enough. We're looking at record high inflation. Okay, you're suggesting that people should get another job. Well, what if they already have two jobs? What if they're already struggling? And you're saying people should work more hours. Some people on salaries. How are they expected to work more hours and get more pay when they're on salaries where it's capped? Doesn't matter how many hours they work. What do you got to say to that?
Then obviously there is a management at every institution, and people are liable to negotiate their salary.
Salaries aren't moving. They're if anything, they're stagnating in real terms.
Then are people negotiating?
They're negotiating.
Everything's a negotiation.
They're
And if you're not, well, that means they need to work on their negotiation skills.
But you did say people should move to a better job, okay?
Yeah, of course.
So if I'm a cleaner, okay, right? Should I move to a better job? Who's going to do the cleaning? You already sent everyone back. You already sent everyone back to Europe.
To Europe, okay? Yeah.
So we're low on staff already.
Can you clean?
Me?
I said, can you clean? I said, me.
In my house. That's about it, bro.
That's about it.
That's about it. But anyway, I want to jump onto one thing that actually came in the news as well. It was you claiming expenses. And if I'm correct, from the year of 2020 to 2021, claimed expenses of 220K. 220K. You're on a basic salary already of 81, I believe, for 199 items. So you're talking about the cost of living. You're not even paying for yourself.
Yeah, I think if you're successful in becoming a member of parliament, which I was, I thank my constituents. I think that you are going to also, have some expenses, part of your job, working in the constituency, working in parliament.
Up to 220K.
Look, we live in a country.
How many fines did you have to pay?
I'm just saying that, having to be in Westminster, you have to have your Westminster accommodation, you have to have your constituency accommodation, you have to run surgeries, there's committees I'm on. Covering all these things, it costs money, and these are part of my job. This is my job.
If you got an operation and surgery, go to the NHS. We don't have time for that. No, we're talking about here is subject.
But all I'm saying is, if you have a job, you shouldn't have to pay out your own pocket to do the job that you're allocated to do. So that's why there are these costs associated. That's why we have expenses. And, there is an independent body that decides to pay and the expenses that MPs should have. You should go bring this up with them.
It's not an independent body. It's you lot.
It's an independent body that decides how much MPs get paid. It's not up to us who recommend a pay rise. It's up to this independent body. And
independent who, fam? Independent where, fam? Independent where? No. But you could go back to being yourself. I don't know where they get the gall to come out here and say, get another job. Get more hours. Sort it out. They need to be doing something.
They're out of touch.
They need to be doing something, right? We all understand, obviously, COVID happened. Okay. Everyone enjoyed their Nando's or whatever. I never got the help out, but everyone enjoyed it. And we all know this wasn't going to last, right? The government could pay for everything. But the response now, they're doing nothing. They're literally doing nothing. You look across the English Channel, people like France, I think they introduced another cap, a price cap, to try and help mitigate some of the surging costs. Well, what have we done? What have we done? We've increased it.
Yeah. The energy I got just the other day, my energy provider came and told me that they're going to be charging me whatever they want. That's the price they put, whatever they want. So, it's uncontrollable, and I think it's just a disgrace. But there's no other words that we can use for the incumbents that we've not used in recent years, and they're out of touch. It's because they live a life so different from the average person on the street, and they don't care. I don't think. Literally, the only credible defense I can find for someone to actively support, not be apathetic, but actively support the incumbent is if they think the opposition would be worse. I can't imagine you can look at what they've done, their record, if you go back all the way to 2010 and say they're doing a great job. Like I don't think even an ardent Tory supporter could say that.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's one argument, or they're personally working for you, as in you're benefiting from their policies, even though the rest of the country may not be. Do you know what I mean?
No doubt.
So you may be enjoying certain privileges or loopholes or whatever, tax loopholes, that the rest of the country isn't getting. So that's why you vote. Because otherwise, I don't. This whole situation right now, it don't make sense. You're seeing the backlash in the local elections. They obviously got spanking across the country. Whether that will then play out in a general, I don't know. We've got to find out. But hopefully we can get a party in there who's actually going to help people. You know, but it'll probably be too little, too late at that point. You know, because they're trying to introduce even a 3-month cap, a 3-month review on the price cap. So they do it every 6 months, right?
Yes,
April and then October. But now they're trying to do 3 months. So boy, your team could be going up like that.
And who wins? The energy companies.
Yeah, trust me. I've had to, bro. I'm gonna start buying candles and I can't keep this thing. I'll keep this light off just like that, bro. Can't keep on like that.
Oh man, no, it's true. And like, obviously, working the jobs we do, we're obviously, whilst this is an inconvenience and whilst it's not easy, we're able to manage. I just feel people who probably aren't as fortunate as sort of us do, work in jobs where they are really feeling a pinch, and they may have to resort to different things, i.e. food banks, or having a helping hand, or doing an unrealistic third job, or whatever it is. And it's just like, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
It's damning. It's damning. Like, I think, oh shit, I've got it bad, but like, when I really think, nah, like, comparatively, probably not.
Yeah, no,
I can absorb these extra costs. I don't want to, but I can. But yeah, I just think, what do you have to do to survive this city?
Here,
yeah.
What in London?
What does one do? Like, you have to be literally earning 6 figures. Like, what's going on? Like, have we just made the city that expensive that literally to survive is 6 figures?
It's mental. It is mental. But anyway, let's jump on to the throwback segment.
Yeah, the throwback segment. I've got a little something, man. And just because you're talking about defacing Margaret Thatcher statue, I have got a throwback to the 19th of May 2004. This was the incumbent PM then was a Mr. Tony Blair. He's not Sir Tony, is he?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's.
He's all right, let's call him Mr. He was hit during in the Commons, House of Commons. He was there giving a speech, and he was hit with a purple condom. A condom full of purple flour was thrown at Tony Blair whilst he was in the speaker's box, and he narrowly missed his head. Yeah.
Who threw that? I don't remember this. Who threw it?
2 gentlemen, Ron Davis and Guy Harrison, were both convicted of disorderly behaviour and fined £500 and £600 respectively. How
did they get in?
That's what they're saying. The security those times were not up to scratch, and the security review after
in 04.
04.
What, boy? They shouldn't even be sharing this news, boy. For the militants come and find out how to get in there, bro. Shouldn't even be allowing this.
Oh my goodness. So but yeah, so just to think that, like, throwing items at politicians is nothing new, and whether they're alive or dead, people are supposed
I know you've got the organic eggs as well. Organic box, dashed them at the statue. I remember because obviously they do this to politics. Remember they dashed the milkshake at that.
Farage, yeah.
They dashed it, but I remember John Prescott. Don't even remember him.
That's another one I saw.
For the North, and he's a brawler. One guy splattered the egg on this guy. Put up his dukes. He gave him 2 back.
Equal left and equal right.
Yeah, he gave him all of them. I've never seen an actual MP like when they get hit fight back. This guy said, "What?" He started beefing this brother.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that before, but I saw the Tony Blair one. I said, yeah, Tony Blair's a bit more popular. But yeah, that happened. Funny enough, the 16th of May 2001. John Prescott was
it 2001?
Yeah, 2001. Yeah, in Wales. Yeah, North Wales. So yeah, he started swinging cuts.
He said, "You what? You think I'm one of these regular MPs, brother? Listen, put your dukes up.
Put it up, man."
Yeah, he gave that guy.
Apparently, got the nickname 2 Jabs.
2 Jab Prescott.
Yeah, after that, which was apparently a variation of Two Jags, which apparently he liked Jaguars at the time. So,
Oh,
and it was
yeah, because
explained. It was explained by Tony Blair as John is John, but he was never prosecuted.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's about his business. I remember because the thing is, yeah, the security guard was there, but he didn't even have time. John Prescott was already. He's already battering the guy. He's already battering him. I was like, man, this guy is nuts. He's a real brawler from the north, a brawler. Boy.
But
that's probably enough politics for today. Anyway,
that's enough politics, man. That has been another episode of You Should Know Better. You guys all have a great week and don't do anything that's going to make us say you should know better. Take care and peace.
In a bit.